Alexa, what's the weather going to be like this morning?
It's going to be a beautiful sunny morning.
Alexa, what's the weather going to be like in the afternoon?
It is going to be rain and more rain, just tons of rain.
Alexa, what's the weather going to be like tonight?
I'm expecting almost 10 inches of snowfall tonight.
Alexa, I just need to know what to bring with me today.
I would bring shorts and a rain jacket and a nice warm beanie for the snow.
You know, I feel like technology is kind of letting you down today.
I think you need to stop being so needy and just go outside and see how the weather is.
You're kind of mean.
Thank goodness he's finally gone.
Welcome to another episode of Dino's Video Tips, where I give basic entry-level tips to those of you looking to improve your videos. If this is your first time to the page, please consider subscribing. That way you can stay up to date with all of my latest content. So a big part of making a good video is a very simple thing called shot selection. And in my opinion, this is the kind of stuff that can make or break a video. Not necessarily how expensive your camera is or what kind of lenses you're using. Just simply thinking of how you're going to make your shot more unique than simply just setting it up on a tripod and letting whatever happens, happens. Kind of like this current shot. Exciting, huh? So in this video, I'm going to be going over 4 simple tips to help you make your shot selection more interesting, in order to stand out from all the other creators out there who are trying to maybe make the same type of video as you. Now my first tip is simple. Choose your angles. So what does that mean exactly? Are we talking about mathematics here? Quadrants? Quadratics, hypotenuses, hypotenuses, triangulation, mabobbers? No, just simply choosing what kind of angle you're gonna take your shot at. Whether it's a low angle, a high angle, a medium angle, the choice of angle will change what you're trying to portray to the viewer. If you shoot from a medium angle, this is more of an establishing shot. Nothing too fancy, but it's a common angle when you're not really too sure what to do with the shot. If you shoot it from a low angle, that will give the viewer a sense that the subject is powerful, important, maybe even tall, even if your subject is only 5 feet tall. I'm not that short, I'm like 5'3". Or if you shoot from a high angle, this can actually have the opposite effect, making your subject seem more weak or overwhelmed by what's around it. But all of these shots are important to use in their own way. It just comes down to the message you want the viewer to get from the subject and frame. Now tip number 2 is shoot through something. Not like literally shooting through anything, like you're not gonna shoot through a solid wall or something like that. Or are you? If you are, let me know what camera you're using, because that would be amazing. No, shooting through something means having something in the foreground of the shot while still focusing on the subject beyond. As you can see in these shots, there's gonna always be something in the foreground while I'm actually focusing on something in the distance. This type of shot can give a really cool fly on the wall type of effect, and it's really good at capturing candid moments. But it's also good for mixing up the shot to keep the viewer interested to see what's gonna happen next. Now tip number 3 is rack your focus. This involves purposely throwing off your focus on the shot, making the viewer feel like they're actually focusing on the subject themselves, and making them feel more involved in the shot. Now what I really like about this shot is that it can work in both ways. Whether it be starting out of focus and bringing the subject into focus, or starting out in focus and then throwing the view into a blur. This is a fun trick, and it can look really good in manual focus if you're comfortable with your focus ring. I love seeing these types of shots in other YouTube videos. And tip number 4 is a fun one. Work in-camera transitions. So first off, yes, it's awesome that editing programs offer so many options when it comes to transitions. Whether it's cross dissolves, light flashes, wipes, zooms, explosions. Well, maybe not like that, but you get what I mean. But sometimes the most effective type of transition you can get is the in-camera transition. And there are so many creative ways to work this in. One example is passing an object and continuing that same motion into your next shot, making the viewer feel like they just warped into a different area in a quick second. The key is to have the object fill up the whole screen when panning, to be able to continue the movement. Pro tip, this is where the speed ramp effect is most commonly used, where you play with the speed of both clips to create a quick, seamless motion between the two. Definitely a favorite of the filmmaking community. Now another one is what I'd call a directional whip. It's similar to the passing object, but the movement is more abrupt. One of my favorites is to quickly tilt up the camera once your shot is finished, and in your next shot, start from the angle the camera left off at, and quickly tilt it down. I definitely prefer this over a clock wipe any day. And another example is the famous barrel roll. Seen in many a vlog nowadays, it's a fun way to get into your next shot and keep the pacing interesting. Simply roll the camera in either a clockwise or counterclockwise direction at the end of your shot, and again continue this motion at the start of your next scene. Play with the speed in editing, and you have a crazy twisting motion that leaves the viewer feeling like they're on a roller coaster with you. So there you have it, guys. 4 new tricks to add to your tool bag to help make your videos more interesting. If you have any ideas for more tip videos, please drop me a comment. And if you found this video helpful, please hit that like button right there, right there, right there, right there. Now get out there, try some new things, and let's keep this creative rush rolling. I'll see you guys soon.